The moment the pressure hits, your body feels like it betrays you. Your heart hammers against your ribs, your palms get damp, and 1,000 thoughts fire off at once, making it impossible to think straight. We've all been there. A vital work presentation, a tense confrontation, or just trying to navigate a crisis. That feeling is your brain and body's ancient survival wiring, kicking into high gear, the fight or flight response. It's a powerful mechanism designed to save you from a tiger. But in the modern world, it can feel more like a glitch that costs you a promotion or your composure. This response is a flood of adrenaline and cortisol. And while it's meant to make you physically alert, it can sometimes overwhelm the very part of your brain you need most in a crisis. You freeze up, you stumble over your words, you make choices you regret later. This isn't a personal flaw, it's just your biology, mismatched for the moment. But what if you could learn to work with that biology instead of against it? What if you could install a new mental operating system, one used by elite special forces operators, top-tier surgeons, and world champion athletes to stay sharp and decisive when everything is on the line? That's what this is about. We're breaking down the practical, tactical drills these performers use to build rock-solid psychological strength. By the end, you'll have a toolkit of real techniques to stay in command of your own mind when it matters most. The foundation, your stress mindset. Before we get to any drills, we have to start with the foundation, your mindset. For most of our lives, we're taught that stress is the enemy. It's bad for you. It needs to be avoided, managed, and stamped out. But what if that's just not the whole truth? Incredible research from psychologists like Alia Crum at Stanford University shows something game-changing. What you believe about stress can change how your body responds to it. This is your stress mindset. If you see stress as purely harmful and debilitating, your body tends to react that way, with a destructive flood of cortisol that can wear you down over time. But if you learn to see stress as enhancing, as a challenge that your body is rising to meet, the physiological response can change. Your heart might still beat faster, but you can interpret it as your body preparing you for action, more like the feeling of courage than of fear. Adopting a stress-enhancing mindset has been shown to improve performance, boost confidence, and lead to more constructive outcomes. So how do you actually start doing this? This brings us to our first drill, a cognitive one, the mindset reframe. It's a simple two-step process. First, when you feel the physical signs of stress, acknowledge them. Don't try to fight the racing heart or the butterflies in your stomach. Just notice them. Step 2 is to relabel them. Instead of thinking, oh no, I'm nervous, I'm going to fail, you consciously tell yourself, this is my body getting ready for action. This energy is here to help me focus. This is what I need to perform. By simply changing the story in your head, you're fundamentally altering your brain's interpretation of the event. You're not trying to calm down, you're using the energy. This isn't just positive thinking, it's accurate thinking. Your body is preparing you. The key is to frame it as a resource, not a threat. Practice this in low-stakes situations before a workout, sending a tough email, or making a phone call you've been putting off. You are building the mental muscle that will serve you when the pressure is really on. The tactical reset, controlled breathing. Now that we have the cognitive foundation, let's move to a tool you can use in the heat of the moment. This is your physiological reset button, a technique used in many high-stress professions to get an edge on the panic response. It's controlled breathing. When stress spikes, your breathing often becomes fast and shallow, which can kick off a feedback loop of panic. To break that cycle, you need to deliberately take control of your breath. There are many methods, but one of the most effective and easiest to remember under pressure is box breathing. It's simple, discreet, and it works. It's named for its 4 equal sides. Here's the drill. Inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4. Hold that breath for a count of 4. Exhale slowly and completely through your mouth for a count of 4. Hold your lungs empty for a final count of 4. That's one cycle. Repeat it 3 to 5 times. So, what's happening here? This slow rhythmic breathing helps activate your parasympathetic nervous system, your body's rest and digest system. It's a powerful counter to the fight or flight response. It can help lower your heart rate and signal to your brain that you are safe and in control. Techniques like this are used in tactical and military training to help operators stay calm and focused before facing a critical moment. You can use it before a job interview, a difficult conversation, or stepping onto a stage. It's a powerful portable tool for regaining clarity in seconds. The mental blueprint, visualization, and rehearsal. Our third drill is maybe the most powerful for long-term preparation. It's a technique that elite performers in nearly every field credit for their success: visualization and mental rehearsal. Here's the fascinating part. Your brain activates many of the same neural pathways when you vividly imagine something as when you actually do it. When you mentally rehearse an action, you are strengthening the neural circuits for that skill, essentially building a blueprint for success. This means you can practice for high-stress scenarios without ever leaving your chair. Countless studies on athletes have shown that incorporating systematic mental rehearsal into training leads to significant gains in performance, confidence, and focus. They aren't just daydreaming about winning, they are systematically walking through every step, every move, and every possible outcome in their minds. Here's how you apply this drill. First, pick a specific high-stress scenario you want to prepare for. Let's stick with public speaking. Find a quiet spot, close your eyes, and build the scene in your mind with as much sensory detail as you can. What does the room look like? See the audience. What are you wearing? Feel the clicker in your hand. Hear the low hum of conversation before you start. Now mentally rehearse the event exactly as you want it to go. See yourself walking confidently to the stage. Feel the calm from your breathing exercise. Hear your voice strong and clear as you deliver your opening. Go through the entire presentation, hitting every point perfectly. But here's the most important part, the step that most people skip. Don't just visualize success, visualize adversity. Imagine the projector dies. Imagine someone asks a hostile question. Then vividly and calmly, visualize yourself handling it. See yourself take a breath, smile, and respond with poise and intelligence. By rehearsing your response to potential problems, you strip the unknown of its power. You're preloading your brain with solutions. So if something goes wrong, your mind doesn't have to scramble for an answer, it just runs the program it's already practiced. This builds deep, unshakable confidence and turns the fear of what if into the feeling of I'm ready. These aren't just interesting ideas, they are training drills. Building mental strength is no different from building physical strength. It takes consistent practice. If you're getting value from this practical approach to psychology and want to keep building your mental toolkit, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. We break down the science of peak performance every week. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these drills are you going to try first? Let me know in the comments. Let's quickly recap the toolkit you built today. First, you learned how to shift your stress mindset, reframing pressure as your body gearing up for a challenge, not as a threat. Second, you got a tool for an in-the-moment reset with tactical breathing, using the box breathing technique to calm your nervous system on demand. And third, you learned to build a blueprint for success with visualization and mental rehearsal, preparing your mind for both peak performance and for overcoming any obstacle that comes your way. The core message is this: mental toughness and resilience aren't traits you're born with. They are skills. They are muscles, and they can be trained, developed, and strengthened through deliberate practice. You have the power to systematically train your mind to become your greatest ally. By integrating these drills into your life, you start building the mental armor that protects you in moments of chaos. The next time the pressure mounts, you won't be a victim of your own biology. You will be its commander. You will be prepared. You will be ready. Congratulations, you've just taken another step toward mastering psychological self-defense. Here on Psych-Jitsu, we dive deep into neuroscience-based tactics, psychological strategies, and martial arts mindset training to help you protect your mind and navigate any situation with confidence. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss an upload. Psych-Jitsu isn't just theory, it's your first line of defense.